Greetings from Father Isidore Clarke on the feast of the baptism of the Lord. In the year 2002, Pope St. John Paul II introduced 5 new mysteries of the Rosary. These he called the luminous mysteries. In each one, Jesus throws light during his public ministry on God's plan of salvation. The baptism of the Lord is the first of the luminous mysteries and marks the beginning of Christ's public ministry. With his baptism, Jesus leaves the private, domestic life at Nazareth and sets out to proclaim God's salvation to the world. John the Baptist had already begun to prepare the way for Christ's coming. He preached a baptism of repentance, which generated a great atmosphere of excitement and expectation. But John hadn't expected that Jesus himself should ask to be baptized. After all, baptism was meant to prepare other people who were sinners for Christ's coming. And Jesus was no sinner. But he insisted on being baptized. He wanted to identify with the whole of sinful humanity, to carry and remove the burden of our guilt. Then, immediately after his baptism, something remarkable happened. The Spirit of God rested upon Jesus in the form of a dove, the symbol of the peace God brought to the chaotic, destructive waters of the flood. Jesus came to bring peace to our chaotic, troubled lives. He wanted to enable us to make a fresh start. And the Father's voice from heaven proclaimed, "This is my beloved Son, with whom I am well pleased." With these words, the Father commissioned Jesus to act and speak in his name and with his divine authority. Christ's baptism prepared him for his mission. Today's feast celebrates not just Christ's baptism, but ours. Through our baptism, we have been born from above, from God, and have become the children of God. Just as Jesus shared our human life through his birth of Bethlehem, so we share his divine life through our birth of baptism. We become God's beloved sons or daughters, with whom he is well pleased. Christ's baptism and ours prepare us for mission. We are not simply called to a private, cozy relationship between each of us and God, but our baptism commissions us to share the faith we have received. Like Jesus, we are meant to be luminous lights revealing the glory of God and the power of his salvation. Like Jesus, we are called to dispel the darkness of ignorance and error. Now we should radiate the hope he has given us. For many people, we may be the only light revealing the hope Jesus has given to us and what it means to follow him. If we live up to our vocation, God will indeed be able to say, "This is my beloved son or daughter, with whom I am well pleased." May I wish you every blessing for the new year.